What's up, guys? It's me, finally back from the highest of stakes. Highest of stakes made me delete my video. I mean, I'm not surprised. Was actually feel surprised they got mad about that. Mm. I deleted it. Um, so I'm like, yeah, I guess I did film the movie. I didn't see it like that. I seen it as me just being doing commentary about it. I seen it like YouTube. I didn't see it like I think they taking it way more serious. And I guess I'm not taking that shit as serious as they want it to be taken. Basically, I think that's what it boils down to. I didn't take that shit that serious. But I guess they did put millions of dollars of investment into it. I think that's gonna get on Netflix after watching it. I think if the storyline keeps up, it could get on something big like Netflix. Only if this story continues to get bigger and bigger. Um, But it is perfect timing, man. Almost. Like, because by the time everybody they get the screening, people watched it, people enjoyed it. I wonder what the numbers. So, mm, very inspired from being in Charlotte, man. As far as like, just being in a big city, man, and seeing buildings and being like, damn, man, the sky is the limit. It's very inspiring. Going to the mall, seeing Lambos and shit. I'm like, damn, man. Yeah. And I'd be like, he's probably a douche though. Dude's probably a douchebag. Probably he's either an old white man, a TikToker, or a athlete, or a drug dealer. It's one of those stereotypes. Maybe a crypto dude. And if it's crypto, it's definitely a douche. Anybody young with a Lambo is like douchey. Yo. It's like I seen a dude in Charlotte, a young dude, a young. I gotta say the color, man. A young white dude, cause so you can picture it, right? Young white dude going ripping through the hills in his Porsche with the top down. It's like, look at me. It's like, I don't know. I can't say too much until I'm in that position. But I got a Porsche. It don't have a drop top. And I don't even drive it. I drive my BMW. I mean, it's not my Porsche. I mean, it is my Porsche, but it's her Porsche. You know. Anyway, that shit's slow, man. That Porsche slow. Try to tell her that shit went crazy. It's just a shell. Yes, I learned that when I got my Camaro. When I got my Camaro, that's when I learned. Oh, this is just I'm just in a shell. This ain't even really a Camaro because it wasn't like a V. It wasn't a V8. It's just a standard. But it looked good, you know. Anyway, um, let's talk, man. Let's talk. What else happened? Yeah, just the movie, and then going out a little bit. Going to bars was all right. But going to the bar, man, it's like, yeah, at a certain age, it's fun, but the kind of bar I used to go to, I mean, that shit's still fun though. I think, yeah, like I don't want to be well known. You know what I'm saying? I was in the bar, a dude walked up to me, recognized me. I just never realized, like, damn, this motherfucker recognized me. And one, it didn't have nothing to do with the movie. He was like, I know you, bro. I know you, bro. And I'm like, this nigga really know me. So I ain't telling him who I am. I just said, what's up? And he was like, Trevon. I was like, oh shit, this nigga know me. Oh, that's me. We good? That's how that shit be. Every time I meet somebody in person and they say, I know you, bro. I'm like, oh shit. But you know what's crazy? Ain't nobody ever been like on no mean, like grumpy shit, yo. Nobody's ever been like, you're a fucking scammer, bro. Nobody's ever been like that. So, um, all right, let's get into some crypto. So we're looking in the Barney bag, finding lots of things. Come on, man. DBI. What's DBI doing? Let's see where that's at. Yeah, this. I've noticed something too about charts, yo. A lot of times when something looks so obvious that it's about to roll over, it is probably about to roll over, but it's gonna go up first. Like this shit looks like it's gonna just. It's like getting smacked by this. Oh, another thing, hemp. Hemp is what I need. You know how I quit smoking, right? Hemp, that's what I need, yo. Cause the weed just be too strong, man. So I stumbled on a hemp shop, CBD. I just walked in there and was like, yo, what is this? You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, CBD's no high, you don't get anything, you don't feel anything from it. CBD's all natural. I'm like, and then he said hemp, and then hemp, but the hemp do give you a buzz though. It do stimulate you, but without the fucking trips, man. I don't want to be tripping, bro. I just want to be tripping, man. I just want to feel happy, feel relaxed, and I'm feeling good today. Um, Even with everything falling, let's see. All right, we got Rap BTC, Rap D, and there's nothing up. If you in Hex and Zen, you ain't too happy today. You like, man, it's a whack ass day, yo. Ain't nothing going on. Nothing to grab to. Let's actually look and see if it's just us. Yeah, Bitcoin's straddling 29. Yeah, man. I mean, this is where we probably should rip, right? You know, like it's like this shit is about to go down. Nah, this shit about to rip. You know, that's how you gotta be. Like, man, this shit is whack. We must be about to pump. Shit, try this shit sucks, B. Yeah, it looks really bad. It looks like it's so obviously about to roll over to here. Like it's just like this shit. Let's just go down there and get it over with. You know what I'm saying? That's how that should be happening. Oh, and here's a heads up. Oh, I spoke too soon. Hold on. Yeah, they moved the log button. So if you look right here, it's right here. Auto log. So yeah, Bitcoin's look like it's about to roll over, so it's probably about to pump. And let's see if that logic is true. You know, I think there's something to that because this is like dead. Um, so what else is going on here? What have I been doing as far as, you know, decision making? Right now, I'm in I would say focused, forget the noise, mindset where I know what's going on. There's no need to over analyze what's going on. It's pretty obvious what's going on as far as everything. Zen, Pulsechain, SEC, Bitcoin, ETH. That five right there, I know what's going on. Now, all this other shit that's going on that I don't really keep up with, I don't know. But I think if I just focus on what I know, what's, what is going on when it comes to Zen. Okay, I know Zen is going down. I know it's based on market cap. Let's look at, well, what do we know? Here's what, this is going to be a video about basically what I know to be damn sure a fact. Let's start with Zen. Let's see. And then we'll go on, we'll do the hex. We'll look at, the smaller Zen things. You know, I didn't, no, you know what? Let's start with what I care about least. Just, because I have so much of it. But I'm just like, I know what's going on. Hex. Because I know most of y'all, I see the views and stuff. Like, people want to hear me talk about Pulsechain and Hex, you know. And I don't really like that because, I mean, I like it, but it's nice to know where your community is. But at the same time, you know, I mean, I can't even use this chart for Hex, bro. I gotta use this one. There we go. So, what I see right now for sure with Hex, as far as that documentary and the SEC, is I don't think it's like, oh, it was all planned. I don't think that. I no longer will continue to put him that high on a pedestal. I will say that I think that Richard Hart's intentions are good. Um, and that's what I'm saying. I know. We know that thing to be, if it gets in front of a judge, it's going to come down to, you know, morals. That's usually how it is in what I see morally. So morally, I don't think he's doing anything wrong. Um, I think his intentions are good. So I think that alone, on top of everything in the SEC thing being pretty much, y'all using words that nobody else used, investment. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody ever says the word investment when it comes to Hex. Like, if you saying investment, it's because like, some people just have the wrong idea about what Hex is, and they look at it like an investment, and that's when they get in trouble. Like the guy said in the doc, it is a game. That's how I see it. Now, what I see happening with this game is uncertainty. I think there's a lot of action that happen here at these levels. So we're probably gonna chop between here until we get like I mean, we might move up to here, which would be great. It'd be nice to have some green, but I'm not gonna expect too much too soon. I think we'll just roll around, and we might even come down to like something like this and bottom. And I think everybody will start getting concerned about here. But coming down to here, these levels would be I mean, I mean, hope you still have your dry powder because you can buy all the Hex. Um, so I think we'll come down here. I'm not going to lead on there because I don't really like making predictions, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. I know that this is going to be it's going to be a lot longer and harder of a road than it seems like. I don't think we're going to get right up out of this anytime soon. Now, as far as on-chain stuff goes with Hex, this is what I'm seeing. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. I'm looking at ETH. It's the same thing goes for Pulsechain. So I put both of them on here. They pretty much move the same. So let's throw auto on. Let's do it like this. So one of them drops more than the other. I think the ETH one is more volatile, but that's good. You know, if it being more volatile makes music can go to higher and lower prices quicker. But it's only 140 million Hex in the pool. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see this fill up again, but that's just not a lot. So hopefully these numbers continue to shrink. To be honest, the quicker they shrink, the better. Now, see, Hex on Pulsechain. Pulsechain has a lot more. 1 billion. It's 13 million. So you know what's crazy, man? This is one thing. Like, I know that this. I mean, you can look at it. You can see it here. That this chart. Which chart do you think is following which? You know. I think this chart is following this one because this one can move easier. So if this one's following this one, that means it's going lower. You know, that's just how I feel. I think that this liquidity is just too high over here. And I could be wrong, but I'm just hunkering down, preparing for the worst. Now, the decision is, do I buy it? Do I keep my hex? You know, that's where I'm at. I think it's a good bet to buy some because I think the SEC, if it goes in, it's more risk buying now because you don't know how he's gonna play it. But I think if you know that he's gonna interact with it in some way, he's either gonna settle or he's gonna, fight it. And either of those is good, you know. And fighting, it'll be a road. It's gonna be a road anyway. Cause it ain't. I mean, maybe he does settle tomorrow. That'd be crazy, right? If he just like, you know what, here, settling. And then like tomorrow, you're like, oh fuck. And you like, so that's why I bought some, because you don't know what's gonna happen. And then I think as news rolls out, it's gonna be bottoming out anyway. Because people are gonna be like, okay, this is getting in motion. It's gonna have some conclusion eventually. That's what happened with XRP. So let's even look at XRP. Do I have XRP on here? Probably not. Let's see XRP. See how it played out. What is this? What did I just do? Here it is. Yeah, so let's go back. When was that? Is that like right here? No, that's 2022. Happened December 23rd, 2020. Yeah, I remember it was right before New Year's. So 2020. Damn. It's back here? It's been a long time. Here it go right here. Look at this. This is when they got sued, yo. Really? That shit been going. It was going up the whole time. Oh, maybe that was because of Flare. Um, yeah. So it went up the whole time, actually. That's hard to believe. What was this about? I'm confused as hell. Okay. I don't know why. Well, yeah, it did go down. I guess the bull market, you know. So people that just, accumulated. Yeah, look at that. It never really gave you that crash bottom again. So, where are we? Yeah, that's a good point. Like, let's just look at it from that side. If this was a capitulation, then it might not ever go lower than where the two of them went. Um, yeah. So that's Hex. And that's where I'm at with that. Um, Zen. So what do I know for sure about Zen? I know I'm not. I don't know if this is a for sure, but it sure feels like every time Zen is like at the bottom, Jack kind of like gets distant, and I think he does that on purpose. I think he forcefully just like lets it drown until it gets so beat down until it's like doesn't make any more sense until it makes no more sense to be like beating on it. It's like, okay, let's leave. And then he says, look what we have here, or you know what I'm saying. Then he starts. That's what it kind of happened last time. During I mean, that's why I don't like saying feel like, but that's what I feel like happened Because I remember it started getting rowdy again at the bottom. So yeah, I think that's just what's going on here. Zen is getting beat down. It's getting drained. Whoa, how low did it go? When did that happen? Damn. That had to just happen. Oh, you can't see. Yeah, just happened. Quick dump down to 54. That's interesting. That might have been the bottom right there. I don't think it's gonna go back down there. I mean, it might. Somebody said, "Get me the fuck out of here." Look at the liquidity. 141. Who was that, man? Let's find out who that was. I mean, that was literally minutes ago. Just now. What? It just happened. Less than a minute ago. Hmm. Maybe it was a LP or something. I see this huge buy right here. Bought it back up. 14 ETH. Their position went up 400%. Wow. I'm in here trying to see what happened. Yeah, that was a very bullish buyback. Like, damn. 13 ETH took that shit down to there. 14 ETH, maybe. I don't see it on here. Oh, there it is. 27. Then there's that 14 ETH buy. And it's just getting bought up. It got brought right back up. Damn, shout out to you guys, man. Damn, I'm mad. Now I'm thinking like, damn, I could have. That was pretty low. That was like $500 per billion. That shit makes me want to sell mine actually and buy it back. I'm glad I was selling, man. I'm glad I didn't get caught up in the auction shit, man. When it was right here, I was like, man, after hearing that shit, it's no reason to hold in. And I still was like, I want to keep a little bit of it though. But now I'm like, I should just been selling all of it from here. But it wouldn't have made that big of a difference. I was selling more than half. I just was keeping a little bit, but I wish I would have sold all of it. And then now I can buy back and be more, confident and that I'm getting a good deal. But this would have been this is where I want to start buying it anyway. So I think we're in new lows. Nowhere in new lows. And I think unless something comes out, unless we get some announcement, DB's NFTs might do it, get us back to this and maybe breaking out. But I think we're skating these new lows some more, and is that because I want to buy? Kind of. I kind of want to buy. Maybe I'm saying it because I want to buy. So maybe that was the low. I don't know. But my mind tells me that I think we're gonna come back and visit this. Maybe unless the stuff is actually coming out in September, because September is right around the corner now. So we'll see. Maybe the hype is gonna start building. Maybe we just did one of these. You know. So put up some liquidity. That's what I'm trying to think. Should I put up some liquidity on this and start the DCA in? I got mints coming out though, so I don't really need to. Maybe are my mints unprofitable? Let's even see that. Let's see. I got a 10-day, not 10-day, but 240-day mint coming out tomorrow. It's worth $125. See, that's not much. I could buy more, a lot more than that. Um, and it cost me. Ooh, this one hurt. Yeah, I'm in the red on this one. 240 days. I paid 372. Huh. Okay, so what's happening? That was 17 Gwei. Damn. That's actually really surprising. So I'm in the red on this one. So I'm unprofitable. That's crazy. The 220s are probably still profitable, but being that I did these 20 days longer or a different time. Let's see, when did I do this? This one's 240 days. So I did these before 288 days ago. What? Okay, this one is 240 day minute that I did 288 days ago. That doesn't make any sense. Let me pause and process this. I'm tripping because I mean this shit says my timestamp was 288 days ago, but it was a 240 day mint. So that means that the timestamp is 40 days longer. That doesn't make any sense, yo. I don't get, maybe it wasn't a 240 day. Anyway, I paid way more. Paid 17 away. That made a big, big difference, yo. That was a big, and it don't seem like a really big difference. It makes a huge difference, and these are longer. Man, I think yeah, a lot of people are gonna be wrecked, man. These are all 240 days. I mean, let's see how much this one was. Hopefully, I got it better. Okay, this one I paid 13 way, so I overpaid for that one. Okay, good, cause this is I got a batch of 40 on Wednesday. Worth 495, and it cost me 182. So that one's profitable. Okay, so maybe it's getting there though. Like if I wasn't perfect with the gas, or if you weren't perfect with the gas, that shit makes a big difference. Um, my bad. I'm just going through scenes. Something. Let's see how much these were. I got another one. These were 13 away. Good. Batch of 10. No. Batch of 30 or three. Okay, so yeah, I guess I just got a bad. I just overpaid on gas that day. Hopefully, I didn't do that a lot though. I just want to see the average way. 13 way. Man, that's crazy. A big difference between 13 and 17. Like that's between like and that's kind of scary to know that it's that. But we're at the bottom, so it's at the bottom. It gets like really 13. Like I must have. This is probably when I was setting my advanced settings. This is when I figured out advanced 14 on the dot, 14 way. 14 is like pushing it. But it was profitable. And let's check this one. These are all 240 days. I know you can't see, but 12 way. Nice. So I got a nice string of mints coming out. Only one of them is unprofitable. So but it's not, they're not worth that much though. So it's like I might as well buy some too. That's where I was basically getting to. This is the price where I might as well I might as well buy some with it and build up that way, but kind of be patient because I don't know when anything is coming. Like he could say, we're gonna be um in September or October or November. And I want to hear some definite stuff. But by the time the definite stuff starts getting rolled out, it'll be higher. So you kind of gotta pick your poison. Another one I've been buying is Pzen, and I have a good the supply. Like, so 58,000 market cap. You know, I'm just gonna just buy this until it just does, because I just feel like DBZ is gonna come out on Pulsechain this October. So if I could accumulate from now to then, I'm gonna be getting a lot of Pulse because the price is probably gonna go higher. You know, the price of PZ will probably be higher. So to get the amount that I have to burn it, it's gonna be like, whoa, you know, it's gonna be free because I'm getting it for super cheap. So in my mind, I'm getting the PZ for so cheap, and I I think that by the time, I mean, it could be higher, but I think it'll eventually go higher than where it's at now. We're at 8 zeros and a 6. You know, 8 zeros and a 6. I've seen some with 9, like the cheapest chains have 9 zeros. So we might add another zero. I think if it gets to that point, it'll be bad. So it's gonna get to whoever had, like, because it can go so cheap that somebody has so much of the supply. But I think they would just have to keep buying it. You got to keep buying it if you're not minting. But being that I'm minting too, I'm minted a lot too. It's gonna be easy for me to hold my stake in the total market cap. That's what my goal is with PZN, because that's what I wish I would have done with all the other chains. I wish I would have bought. That's the revelation that I'm actually that's the crazy revelation that I've been having is, yo, buy the shit because it's going so cheap. The market cap, if the market cap gets really low, it's gonna be like undervalued. So you just wait till it's undervalued and see, okay, this is undervalued, and you start buying it. You can climb up the ranks and just chill and wait for the inevitable pump to a real better market cap. But the problem is, some of these don't have, their market cap is like so low because nobody's adopting it. Let's go market cap. Cozen. I would love to see let's see the distribution on Cozen, because it might need to update my worldview. I try to get on Cozen or Evmos. It was really complicated, but it may be easier now. The shit isn't loading, you know. It's shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not loading, so it's just yes scan. Let's sit here and see how long it takes. I don't know if I'm willing to wait, man. One more time. It's 124. I hit the stop pause and it loaded up. Waiting. Holders. Still 120, 125 now. Got an error. 26 million holders. Yeah. It's just, this is not good software, man. Well, it can't handle Zen. So that's probably why it's such a low market cap. DXN is 400 market cap. Phantom DXN 252 market cap. Phoenix, Moonbeam's in. Oh, it's liquidity. Okay, my bad. Still though, 8,000 market cap, 17, 18. Moonbeam is like, the mints are so cheap, but I mean, it's kind of like funny because this shit's still growing. It's just the longer world up. So the small ones, I think what another weird thing or possible thing with Zen is, I think Zen started out way overvalued. So it's got a long way down, you know? I remember one time Jack had is it fraudulent slip? He was like, and it's designed to take it back to he kind of had almost said zero, but he said something else. He's like, it's designed to go back to, and then he like stopped himself, and nobody caught that shit with me. And I don't know, maybe I was just tripping, but ever since then, I was like, he made the shit. It's designed to go to zero, you know, and it's designed to go to zero and then go up. So the higher the market cap, the worse. That's how I feel because 12 million is that. I mean, it's not. It's like this. How much was put into it, and then it can go up from there. But we have to find that true value of how much was actually put into Zen. Was it $12 million? Is that how much value has been put in? I would say about, yeah. So they're getting, it's fair. But you don't want to be in one like Pulsechain is a good one because it's you can tell it's already it didn't start off overvalued. It started out overvalued, but not like crazy. Let's see, Pulsechain is at like 55 market cap. So yeah, basically I'm thinking, man, I should probably start buying these Zens, man. Like let's look at the how much it costs to be a top MZN holder. That's how I'm looking at it. 19,000 addresses. Now this should load. Holders is going up. I mean, it's bullish tokenomics. 300,000. Y'all niggas tripping. How the hell? That can't be right. How the hell does it have a 19,000 market cap? So that's what I'm saying with these small chains, man. The stuff be wrong. There's no way. Let's see how much this really is. $500. I don't know where they getting this number from. They must be tracking a different moonbeam. They tracking it against Glimmer. Okay, I don't know. So very cheap to get a big position there. Adams in 130,000 market cap. How much do I need to become a AVAX whale? Doesn't show the values. Let's copy this one. I think if you have this type of approach with Zen, you'll catch better. You'll have a better ride. Because there's no liquidity. These things are at the lows. Like they can only go up from here. I mean, it can go down some more, but I mean, come on, it's got to be 2 or 3 of us that'll buy this shit every couple days and fill this liquidity pool up, bro. Like who else is still dumping? Like it's 13 sellers. It's not that many people selling. It's kind of like it's like this is the thing now I feel about Zen. Like this is like I said, this is one of the videos where it's like these things I know for a fact. Maybe not a fact, but pretty sure. Same thing with Pulsechain in 58,000 market cap. I mean, this thing doesn't have any burners yet. So it only takes a couple of people to see the vision and be like, all right, yeah, let's I want to get some of these. I want to hold my position because inflation's coming, but you can get ahead of that shit by that's what I did. I got ahead of the inflation by buying a position. And now I got the mints coming that help me with the inflation. Where was I? Oh yeah. P's in. Because those numbers, the mint numbers, you can say, oh, but the minters, but all you gotta do is look at the and be patient, man. Ain't nothing popping off anyway. You sitting and waiting for crypto to boom anyway. You're sitting around thinking crypto's gonna boom anyway. You're waiting for it. Why don't you just make some Zen and you'll get here when it's time? By the time that inflation is hitting the hardest, that's gonna be like during the bull market, man. Or the start. It won't even be the bull market. The halving would have just happened. The halving happens back here, which is pretty fucking awesome. Now see it in this, because this is like a down period. Halving it comes, and then the bull market starts. And look, man, there's no Zen coming out during this period because it's so down. Nobody gives a fuck. So I don't know. I don't think maybe it won't be pumping during this period. I don't know. Because during this down period, Zen actually went down. I think what will happen is we'll probably be pumping during these periods when there was the most interest. I think we go up through this because this is where the people that minted that were excited, they come back to get their mints on these big hills, and that brings, oh shit, I don't have enough. I need to buy some. So it's like get ahead of that shit. So yeah, we may be bottoming those in the whole ecosystem. That's what I think. The whole ecosystem is bottoming right now. And it's just gonna take the ETH one to go up for it to click across all the chains. People are like, oh shit, I don't have enough other supply. I'm a fucking pleb. Cause when Zen starts to pump, what's how I'm gonna feel? I'm like, damn, I should have kept all my damn Zen, man. I shouldn't have been selling it. That's what the reality is gonna set in. So I want to do that on Zen, but I want it to go lower. But I don't think it's gonna go much lower. So I'm gonna do it on the smaller chains. Just get big up on the smaller chains, and those have the ones those have the opportunity to increase the most. Actually, is these smaller ones. This one it can go for a run. It can do another one of those big pumps where it goes up. Like, how much did it go up? But my point that I was trying to make is this inflation is gonna go down. It's gonna dry up. So what was that? 700,000%. That was more than the first one. Has anybody thought about that? The second, let's get all the way. Let's get the precision in here and get the truth. Let's work on this one first. Let's get the truth here. We'll call it, about 282. Yeah, the second pump was bigger than the first one. Like, so I can't even say that. Maybe it is gonna pump harder now. It's kind of like, yeah, you should have kept all yours in, man. Because I remember one time Jack was like, I didn't say anything about selling it. It's like, oh shit. You kind of FOMO. I'm kind of FOMOing back in a little bit. I didn't say anything about selling it. It's like, yeah, you kind of want to keep it because that's what helps you keep up with the inflation. And when you keep up with the inflation, you keep up with this. And if you keep up with this, which goes up, you go up too. So that's what I know for a fact with Zen. That's how this game works. Then the problem comes, like I said, when don't nobody give a fuck about the chain. Phantom. If it's on a chain that nobody cares about, it might be doomed. It's got to grab a community. Because if not, it'll just if nobody buys it, then it'll just go to zero. But then it's like when it gets to zero, it can only go up. Phoenix is another thing that popped off. This is interesting. There's no liquidity. It's at its bottom for liquidity. 895 to sell into, only 54 to buy into. So it's above that 10 Zen peg. It's above that 10 Zen. And if this is being shown publicly, check out my members content. This is basically a members video. A members video where I haven't done a members video in a couple days, so it's a lot more thorough. So this is the 10. Let's put the 10,000 right here. Like, how many people didn't know that they could do that? Boom. That's value. 10,000. So this is the price in Zen, because it costs, you get, for every 10,000 Zen, you get one Phoenix. So you could burn Phoenix right now and then sell it. But you couldn't do that much because there's only 895. But these numbers are designed to slowly grow. So that's the game, is playing that fence. You could play that game or playing the staking, which is, that was more of a mystery. But I imagine that it'll do pretty good because you're gonna get more Zen. You're gonna get more Zen back. because you can sell it. You could sell it below this 10,000 because you got inflation, and this number stays the same. So it's gonna be interesting. That's interesting to see though that it's staying up like that though, because one person can just buy like a couple bucks of it and keep it above the peg and keep enticing people to burn. So let's see. Because now if you want something, it makes more sense to burn it. And that's why 1 billion was burned. 1 billion was burned down. That's crazy. That's a good chunk. 1 billion burned. DB's in there 3 billion. That's so far today. Yesterday, nobody burned for Phoenix yesterday. That's interesting. But today it's been 1 billion 100. So, and that's what I think will happen with X-Line too. But X-Line has more liquidity. So it's a little bit tougher to get it up there. See, yeah, it's a lot of X-Line. It's going to take a lot of people to get it up there. It's trending up there though. But once this turns on, people start burning DXN for X-Line because they can buy it, they can burn it and then sell it, just like with Phoenix. But the liquidity needs to be higher. So it's a tough one. I think these are going to all take time, but they're taking time right now. And when excitement is back, I think they'll do good. They'll do their job, which is to burn Zen and keep that Zen floor raising. TG Zen. Let's see how this one had pumped. Yeah, it was right back down. Right back down. Now this one, they want to keep it down. That's interesting. They want to keep the TG Zen price down versus the peg because they don't want anybody going and minting Zen. The supply on this is low and they want to keep it low. This guy right here, he doesn't want any of this TG Zen to come out. So he's kind of incentivized, all of them are incentivized to sell a little bit of it and keep it low. You know, because if you keep it low, nobody's going to burn and create inflation. And if nobody burns, then because the way it works, let's go to it. Yo, I'm getting all these warnings. This one's through Twitter. Everything that's like crypto related, man, it's decentralized. They put in like some warning up for it. Like they trying to put this shit out, man. That's crazy. Now you got to wait 45 days. So we're gonna have to just decentralize the whole internet, dog, because they ain't gonna let that shit fly, man. This can get bad, man, where you can't even get on them shits. You can't even get on the crypto website. So that's crazy, man. So now it's 45 days to burn, and you can say, oh well, it's a scam. Nah, they did that shit to swap that Hadron, bro. If they did that shit to Hadron ain't doing that, man. It's a needed site. So yes, that's a problem. So like I said, now if you burn Zen for this, you're gonna have to wait 45 days. You know, so and if nobody's burning, like let's look, nobody's been burning for this because it doesn't make sense to. It's so low. It's like 0.2. You get one per Zen. It's like 1-to-1. You get 1 TG Zen per each Zen that you burn. But you can buy them shits for 0.2. So it doesn't make sense to do that. You got to be an idiot. I mean, not even that, but because it's not even that much liquidity. So that's the problem too. Is if there's no liquidity, people have to burn and create some. So it's an interesting project actually. Now that I'm seeing it in the wild. Let's see, Zen Shiba. This one's gonna have it's gonna be a long time for that one. Zen Doge, I think it's still too overvalued. And this one you can't really measure because it has the bonuses. It's harder to measure, but it's not looking bad. Yeah. DXN. I didn't even really talk about this. DXN. Well, the thing with DXN is the one that might go is this one, Matic DXN, because it's gonna launch on here first. So if the audit is almost done, which I'm not sure, I can check on Twitter real quick, but it'll launch on here first. But there's no liquidity, so you have to burn. So if you go look at, it's kind of funny how all this shit's playing out. Like you can't do this, so you got to do it. You got to burn. There's no liquidity, but you get the divs. So let's see. Polygon, and then as the inflation gets higher, more Zen gets burned. That means more divs. It's kind of crazy how it's all working. So yeah, this has been trending up, but the player's been dropping. So I don't know. You can't buy any. You have to burn. And yeah, I mean, looks good so far. 72 plus 182. I don't think that equals 320, so that looks like it's profitable. But somebody else might squeeze in. But they can't dunk. So yeah, that's about it, man. That's where I'm at. I think these things are really small, but that means they have the most upside. And it's gonna depend on. It really depends on the community and if they continue to play the games. And I'm one of those guys, man, that's continuing to play the game on certain chains, especially on Pulsechain, um, Polygon, ETH for sure. Like that goes without saying. And that's the only ones I'm really taking serious. But Moonbeam, I was looking at Moonbeam, and that's like, wow, you can buy. If I can get a big chunk, like let's look at Zen on Polygon. Like, yeah, like I'm not really interested. I feel like there's more risk. I mean, with Hex and Pulsechain, it just it's a that's a up. If it wins, that'll be nice. But I gotta say, him having all the coins, it doesn't help the the optics. You know, something like this. I think this is the bet, and that's the one I'm gonna just down this hill. I think this is the bet. Zen, the distribution and just the way everything is handled as far as the community being completely up to the community. Like if the community doesn't build stuff for it, Zen, it will fail. But people are building stuff and it's keeping and people are choosing which chain they want to burn on and what what I'm saying. It's working. So I think that's the next stage of crypto is true like community driven stuff that it's really the community. And this can't backfire basically. Any other crypto besides Bitcoin, like if we're gonna just talk about just being the safest crypto, Bitcoin, okay. You're gonna do well just holding Bitcoin. Okay, I'm already doing that. I don't need to talk about it all day. I'm already holding Bitcoin. Okay. Now I want to see where can I make more, you know? Where can I have some fun and be in a safe environment? I think Zen, and I know that's a lot harder, but Pulse Chain, it's got the community, but it's got this hill that it has to cross. And that shit was inevitable. Like that shit's gonna eventually come. When you launch something and it gets so big, it's gonna eventually come to that. Can it beat the SEC? You know, this will beat the SEC. Like, unless there's something going on in the background I don't know about. Like, you can't even say because it's no way to even do that. Like I would say, if they got some coins, but there's no way for them to do that without participating themselves. So something like Zen, if it comes to the final boss, which is the SEC, it's gonna beat it. Hex, man, I don't know. Might not be. I think it will. I think it'll end well, but my confidence just isn't there to just be focused on T-shares, which is, I mean, I should have elaborated on that too, but I'll do it now for the people that, for a reward to the Hexkins who made it through this. Let's look at let's look at the T-share. I want to look at the T-share chart. I can't remember where I know where I saw that. I saw it, Hex Daily Stats. Still like the best Hex. Did they change it? Okay. Hex Stats dot today. If I look at this right here and go to the T-share, it's something I always forget to talk about. The total T-shares is gone. Pretty much, I wish I could zoom in on this chart, but it's gone deflationary. It went as high as 11 million, 11, 10, and ever since it's been dropping, right? So the staker is slowly becoming the minority, which is good for the staker. T-share rate popped up. You know, of course, right? SEC. Payout per T-share. Here it is. It hasn't really been going up, to be honest. 6.5. Just had a bump up the last couple of days, 6.7. We'll see if that fear, you know, turns into more emerging states. I'm not sure. I don't think so, man, actually. I think there's more likely to be that increase in the bull markets. Which, you know, if we go back, I mean, it was in the fives. So it's been going up. I mean, yeah, since Pulsechain came out, it's been the stay 6.5. Yeah. So it's slowly going up, man. So if that's slowly going up, the payout per T share is going up and the T share is going down. That's pretty good for stakers, man, because that means you already got your T shares. So yeah, Hex is a monster. It's like, what even will happen if he goes to jail? Hex will go on, man. No, you know. So yeah, maybe I think it is a good idea to focus on. I think I'm gonna focus on both. It just feels kind of hard for me because I've been through a situation where it's like, oh, I'm buying more, and then that shit just like, nah, you should just let that shit die and it's selling. So that's why I kind of where I am with Hex. It's like I see how it could work. You know, that optimistic like child in me is like, oh yeah, I mean it is working. But I mean, payout. What the fuck do you care about how many T-shares you pay out per T-share? If Hex is like nothing, if 6.5 Hex is nothing, then I ain't gonna really care. That's the truth. So the payout per T-share can go up all it wants to, but the price gonna need to go up too. And if the price is just going down, you know, 15 years to make. If it was only for the early guys, it's gonna be whack, man. So yeah, that's how I feel about Hex. I think it might be a good idea to still accumulate it. To me, you know, that T-shirt rate just going up and up and up and up and up. Just ripped. I mean, it's going up pretty fast actually. 25. That's just recently. It's already at 28. Going on 29. So I mean, there's an opportunity here for Hex because you can get T-shares like this was like thousands. T-share price. Here you go. 8,000 at the top, man. Now you can get a T-share for fucking $100, man. It's like, is that good or yeah? How much cheaper is it gonna get? That's kind of where I'm at with Hex. Like, I've been saying, oh, like I'll buy Hex when it was back here, and then I buy Hex when it was back here, and I feel like a genius for a few weeks, few days. Even when I bought the bottom the other day, and everybody was like, "Oh man, it's like you buying your BitConnect coins back." Well, not everybody, but somebody said that. I'm like, nah, BitConnect didn't go up when I bought that shit. This bounced. So you know, it's like, how many more times am I gonna do that though? And then my states are coming out now; they're not worth shit. Like this is the first time that I'm getting Hex states back, and the gas is almost unprofitable through the gas, man. It's like, whoa, this shit has gone down a lot. That ain't never happened. So it's like Zen, man. They're both the same. So yeah, that's where I'm at, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If this was posted publicly, check out my members content. It's not really this good. It's good like this if I go a few days without making one. So think about that. I mean, if you can't afford that, then don't do it though. Like if you can't, if you're gonna be bitching about my members content, then you don't want to join it. But if you got it, and you want to see more of my content, I think it's worth it. People pay it. They paying. My members ain't going down. My members actually going up slowly. So I might just do that. Like I might just be like make a public video every now and then and just chill in the cut because people like I don't really want to get too personal, but like I'm getting kind of sick of people and their opinions on me. It's like nigga, I go in the cut then. It's like that's what they want me to do. So kind of maybe I shouldn't. It's probably what they want me to do. I wish this fucking nigga would go away. God damn it. I bet that's how they feel. Who is they? Um. Yep. Peace.